face unlocks your phone, and your place feels like home. Can't recall when I last had so little time to myself. Thought I thrived alone till I lived this life that we built.
The way I've learned to get good at those instruments is by sitting and doing like 200 and something takes of this one part that I can't play, and by the end of it I can play it. You listen to a solo like maybe hundreds of times, and you work out exactly what they might be thinking in that moment. You're like, okay, that's the context, therefore he's probably thinking this. Let me take it to a different context, do the same thing. Let me do that. The point isn't that you can play the solo. The point is that you like worked out what they were thinking and what their intentions were, and maybe you can put yourself in those shoes when you might have a similar instinct to play something similar, and you can because you've played it 100 times before in every key. I remember seeing my dad's friend play saxophone on like a funk gig in a venue in Putney, and I was like, oh my God, so cool. My parents, like for my 8th birthday, managed to like get this alto saxophone. From then, yeah, just constantly obsessing over it. In primary school, I'd have my music lesson in this like external building, and then I'd kind of just bring the saxophone outside for a few hours, sit on the climbing frame and just like play, and no one would come looking for me to go back to class. Bad teaching in a way, but I'm grateful. I'd have my music lessons with the same teacher called Sahana. I like did my grade 1 very quickly. She was like, cool, we'll probably let's jump to grade 4, and I was like, okay. So I did grade 4, and then like it was like, oh, I was sick, and I ended up somehow managing to do like all my grades within like 3 years, like go to secondary school, carry on working with her, and then she opened this music academy, and just like opened up this whole world of jazz. That music centre, World Heartbeat Music Academy, just became an incredible community of jazz musicians. So like Julian Joseph, Trevor Watkins, Mark Mondaisy, Byron Wallen, all of these guys who were like really like core parts of the British jazz history, all just come to this place every day, teaching our peers, getting taught by our peers, and getting taught by the people above us. And if you wanted to learn a new instrument, you'd get someone maybe your age or a bit younger who's a bit better to teach you how to do that. And it's just this like melting pot every day. That's kind of where I learned to really obsess over stuff. Yeah, then I went to study saxophone, jazz saxophone at Royal Academy of Music. It's an interesting thing going to jazz school because institutionalized music is it's a very unusual and specific thing. And I thought I was really bad at writing songs because I didn't enjoy like writing using slash chords or like sort of like straight eights, like all this stuff that was like very cliche there. I was like, I don't like it, until I met Genevieve Artadi, who's a singer who lives in LA, and Lewis Cole, who's a drummer and artist. Both incredible people. I was going out to LA and they were just like, come and stay, and that just totally opened up my world of music. Everyone wrote songs and lyrics and had something to say, and actually people took that seriously. And up until that point, I literally never, ever, ever sang in any kind of context, even like to myself. Never listened to the lyrics of my favorite songs, never done anything. And this was like in the middle of being at university, like for music. And I met these people, and then immediately came home and was just like, right, I'm gonna make an album and I'm gonna learn to sing and do all this stuff. And I did that within like 6 months. And since then, I've just been writing songs, learning how to produce well, trying to find a place for what I do. Sometimes it feels like these two sides of my musicality are like rubbing against each other. And right now I'm really, really trying to focus on how I can embrace both of those things and make the most of them and show that they both together make something really valuable. The intuitive, like organic, like acoustic side to my musical upbringing, and the absolute like obsession with weird sounds, digital sounds. A lot of my music is all of this like kind of just like ruining things slightly so that they have character basically, and do that in a way that like directly translates emotions to people. I think it's really interesting. The best thing about music is like getting like goosebumps or like the hair on the neck standing up. When I was studying saxophone and someone was like doing something that I was trying to learn and it was incredible and I couldn't comprehend like the harmonic concept or whatever they were thinking, and that would be like that feeling, there's like a non-describable feeling of just like pure like joy and like confusion that's like you get from music. And then that sort of adapted to like more like harmony and texture, like string arrangements and stuff that are just like, oh. And then that's as I started digging into like producers, like I remember like finding James Blake's like early EPs and just being like, like how? And it's harder as you get older to feel that thing again, because you start to understand the things that you didn't get, and it gets rarer and rarer. So like for me, a big part of the joy I get from the production side of things is feeling that for me when I've like been sitting here for ages and like deleting, adding plugins, blah, 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 like pitch shifting, changing the tempo, all this stuff, and then like just pressing like, and then like turning it up and stepping back. And then if you get that feeling and that's like, bam, that's the first time and hopefully not the last time I get it from this song. I love the idea that other people will feel that by listening to my stuff and being like, it's like making really emotive and like direct music that has all these like Easter eggs hidden around it for people who care. Probably all those things also affect the average listener in a way that they don't understand as well, or anyone understands. But yeah.